3:13. It downpoured yesterday, so starting at about probably 6ish, downpoured all night. Tent held up pretty well, a little condensation, but it was super humid. But for the most part, inside the tent was dry, which was good. But I slept in a little too late. I think it was the rain. I don't know. I slept until almost 8 o'clock, so it's around 8:30 right now. I'm just getting started. And then I'm supposed to do a huge day today with the Bigelows. So we'll see how far I get. But the goal is to get about 15 miles, but I think that involves around 4,000 feet of elevation. I could be wrong, but I'll put that graphic of the elevation profile with miles and stuff right here in the video. And you can see the spikes. Sorry, there's a bunch of mud. You can see the spikes in elevation today. We're hitting our first 4,000 foot peak since Katahdin. And from here on out, honestly, through New Hampshire, these are going to be kind of a regular occurrence. So I should just get used to them. But today's the first one since Katahdin, so we'll see how it goes. Should be beautiful. It's a little windy, so probably be really windy at the summit. But right now it's clearing up. But yeah, it was a full night of rain, so a lot of mainly just the tent is wet, but I have it on the, can't see it, but the back of my pack, not inside, so hopefully it dries out a little bit. And yeah, looking forward to the Bigelows, getting up high in the mountains again. So I just crossed the road to kind of the approach to the Bigelow Mountains. Got a little bit of a look at the mountains maybe half hour ago. They look pretty good. Yeah, and I'm just trying to make, I think I have about a mile to a little lean-to, so I'm going to stop there, take a break, eat some food before the big climb of the day. Yeah, I wanted to give an update just on like blisters and foot pain. So far, those Injinji liner socks are amazing. So all that it is a sock that goes over each individual toe. They have a few different models. I got the liner version because then I put that on my foot and then I take my regular Darn Tough socks and I put that over it. So pretty much wearing two socks. My feet are not getting hot, so my concern was like my feet are gonna get way too sweaty, but they're not. And I'm getting 0 blisters on my toes, so they're not pinching. If you ever get blisters where like your pinky toe and your toe next to it kind of like pinching on each other, or yeah, any kind of like rubbing between your toes, I'm like pretty certain now that these Injinjis will take care of that. So that was a good find. And yeah, everything else is going well. I'm gonna try and eat a little bit more today to compensate for the climb, so I'm gonna really fuel up, probably eat something like 500 calories just as a snack before the big climb of the day. Pretty sure that That area right there is the little Bigelow ledges, so I think I'm about to be climbing on and up right over those. Made it to Little Bigelow Mountain. Decently windy up here, and you can see, I'll flip it, those are the other Bigelows. So still plenty of work, but I am like in the view into the valley. I know in clear days you can see Katahdin and Mount Washington, but I'm not seeing them right now. It's a little hazy and humid. But yeah, it's super humid. I've been drenched in sweat almost all day, so I got Gatorade, and hopefully that helps a little bit, but it's just crazy hot, so I just got to keep eating and drinking to get through this. But I only have like 5-6 miles till the place I want to go, but around 2,000 feet of elevation, so a lot of work. So this is yet another example of why Maine is hard. You don't just go down, you go down rocks and wet boulders. Nothing is straight. There's roots everywhere, and it's just very slow. So I've been thinking a little bit more just about the past few days. Definitely messed up the whole package thing that delayed me. Pretty much wasted half a day in Karatunk. The ferry crossing, it really complicates things. If you're going SOBO, I definitely recommend planning around that. It's between 9 and 2 in July. So if you get into Karatunk after 2, you gotta stay the night. And it's in July. It doesn't get dark until like 9 p.m. So really plan around that. If I had to do it again, I know I mentioned before, I would have just sent the package further up, maybe to Stratton. And then I would have just taken the ferry right when I got off trail. Went right across, and then there's a lean-to, Pierce Pond lean-to, where they do a breakfast. I guess this guy does like a breakfast out in the woods for anyone who stays there, and I think it's $9. So if I had to do it again, I would have planned around getting to the river before 2 so I could cross, and then staying at Pierce Pond so I can get the breakfast for $9. So little things. It's kind of hard to do it when you're just out here hiking all day. The logistics are hard, but things like the river only being able to ferry you from 9 to 2, you can plan around that days in advance. So heads up to any other SOBO hiker, I would circle that point and plan around it. Some really cool boulder formations here. I'm tired, really tired, but look at this huge boulder. And the trail just goes right up through there. So I'm at Avery Peak. Winds are a little crazy, blowing me around a little bit. I'd say probably 30, 20 to 30, and then gusts up to 40. Just the fact that it's pushing me around. So hat is off, bandana, strapping everything in, and gonna push through the ridge to the next little spot. But overall, I mean, it is gorgeous, these views from Avery Peak, and this is just one side. Yeah, just a little bit windy. So still in the Bigelows, just still coming down from, I think, West Peak. Man, that was such a high point of the trip so far. I'd say after Katahdin, that might have been my favorite moment. It's just, you know, I mentioned I lived in New Hampshire for a while. I think some of those ridge walks in New Hampshire kind of made me fall in love with hiking. So that was kind of my first taste of it in Maine. Just right when you step up on that Avery Peak. So that was special. Yeah, I'm still just riding that adrenaline from that moment up there. Feet don't hurt that much anymore, not as hungry. I can definitely get to the shelter in like 1.5. So yeah, I would go back to the Bigelows. Just amazing exposed ridges, views in every direction, some cool wind. You're gonna feel some wind, but it's fun as long as it's not over like 40, which it definitely wasn't. I wasn't really getting tossed around too much, so I'd say for me what you saw in the video was like 20, probably 20, 25, maybe some gusts of 30, but nothing over that, which is just kind of nice to be in because it's been so humid here. So yeah, high point for me, Bigelows.